Good day to you.
Good day, mate. You Pennington's reinforcements?
Red McCraith, the Banisher. Sorry to disappoint.
Ah, too bad. We could use a fellow like you. Theodore Shepherd, marksman, and there are none better. I teach some of the lads here. Perhaps we could show you a thing or two.
I shoot well enough, thinking you. Where did you learn to shoot, Mr. Shepherd?
In the war, mate.
King Philip's War.
Aye. Joined up soon as I came of age. Trotted off to war against the Indians. Shooting came natural. Once, I shot a man down from full 500 yards. How'd you like that? I'm a goddamn Lionheart, I am.
Tell me about your world.
Which bit?
How about Captain Pennington's bit of your world?
Captain? I don't know him. He keeps to himself, and I keep to mine. Tell the truth, I think he's losing it. Can't blame him, to be honest. You'd blame the curse, but he's always been a close-mouthed so-and-so. Been that way since he lost his wife and kid.
Pennington's family died.
I didn't say they died, though maybe they did. Either way, they're definitely gone, and the captain is the worse for it.
Helen Priest, tell me how she fits in your world.
They don't let women go to war, but for her, they should make an exception. Pity Pennington doesn't trust her far as he could throw her. I've fought side by side with many a good man. None are better than Helen Priest.
How about you tell me more about yourself?
Mate, all you need to know is I'm the finest shot this side of the wide blue sea. Priest and Pennington are too busy fighting to see it.
I'll be on my way.
And may the way be good to you, mate.
It's locked. There must be a key.
You're new. From where have you sprung?
Name's Red McGrath, a Banisher, come from across the deep blue sea.
You look a landlubber to me. You should feel right at home. John Rumble.
What's the word round here?
Look around you. We're barely hanging on. You'll have to be Miller to enjoy the situation.
The merchant?
Aye, the freedman. He's the only one who'll leave Fort Jericho with more than he came with. Some people have all the luck.
What can you tell me about Captain Pennington?
What about him?
I don't know. Is he a good commander? Do you like him? Does he have secrets, that kind of thing?
If, say, I thought him a blockhead, then I'd not say so. If, say, it was my wife's stupid idea for me to join the train band, I'd not say that neither.
Can you tell me anything about Helen Priest?
A bold woman, clever too. I'd be glad to take her orders.
I'm interested in Sebastian Priest. Do you know him?
I did not, but I know the lieutenant's name. We all do. He died a hero. Call comfort to Helen, no doubt.
Are you a married man, John?
Aye, to Abigail. I count myself lucky. Are you married yourself, Mr. McCraith?
Marriage wasn't for us. But I suppose you could have called us man and wife.
No, you could not.
Marriage is a union conceived by men. Men are fallible.
Do I detect a hint of regret?
Regret? Oh, I have no regrets. She's a fine woman, my wife. Finer than the likes of me deserves. I'll not say a word against her. Not a word, sir.
May you prosper in good health, John.
He that does good is of God. How often, Abigail, must we have this fight? How often must we argue?
We shall argue until you hear me.
I hear you all too well. I hear a hoggish harridan, a narrow nag, a selfish shrew.
One of these days, I shall poison your soup.
And the day before, I'll take you to the highest cliff and push you off it.
Please excuse my husband. He really is as unpleasant as he sounds. And who are you, then?
Red McGrath, ma'am. I'm a Banisher.
Are you, indeed? Pleased to meet you, Mr. Banisher. I'm Abigail Rumble. Thanks to you, me and my husband should soon be able to go back to our mountains.
You and your husband prefer an isolated life outside the fort?
I have a roof above my head, my belly is rarely empty, and I live by my beliefs. We suffered for many years. By comparison, this is bliss.
Do you not find it dangerous out here? Just the two of you alone?
I thank you for your concern, but we live how we live, and it makes us quite contented.
Your husband won't mind us talking.
No. Why would he? We are faithful and trustworthy. As, I'm sure, are you.
She doubts your intentions.
No need to worry about me, ma'am. I'm spoken for.
Good. We understand one another. My husband and I are very close. Very close indeed.
Then you have my admiration. Sustaining such closeness takes much tolerance and hard work.
You don't know how good you've got it.
Anything talk-worthy round these parts?
Ferdinando Miller has been the talk of the town lately. He has had much good fortune, and many resent him for it. I like the lad. He's polite, helpful, listens to his customers. He deserves no backbiting.
What's your thoughts on Pennington? A good leader?
He gave John a job. That was good. We hadn't worked since we left the Bly place. He saw John's promise. and gave him his chance. I'd say he's a good leader.
Helen Priest seems to get the work done.
The captain trusts her with his life. So do I. John adores her. When the fort was attacked, she proved us right. I like having a strong woman in charge.
I'll let you get back to your day, madam.
If you need anything, feel free to ask.
Good day to you, John.
McCraith.
Greetings. Welcome to Ingersoll's General Store. I'm Bathsheba Ingersoll, the owner. What can I get you? A comb, perhaps?
A comb. Very funny. Red McCraith, and pleased to meet you.
Oh, please get the comb.
Tell me about your store. Tell me about you.
The original Ingersoll's in Boston was grand and fine, but it burned in the North Square fire of '91. We moved to New Eden with Nathaniel. But before Natty could return home, my husband died. Then came the curse. And now here we are. Welcome to Ingersoll's of Fort Jericho.
You never wanted to do anything else.
My husband was prosperous and affluent. I was young and clever. We made an excellent match. He taught me everything I know. The store is my business. My legacy. My story. It is who I am. I don't like running a store. I love it.
The shopkeeper must hear everything that goes on. Tell me something interesting. Just between us.
You assume me to be a gossip monger.
What do you wish to know?
What can you tell me about Captain Pennington?
He lets me trade. I like the man. He says Ingersoll's store is good for the fort. I very much agree.
What can you tell me about Helen Priest?
I like her, though she's impetuous. Terse, even. She fancies herself a leader when she should know her place, and that place is below the captain. Thinking about it, no, I don't think I do like her.
More generally, how fares Fort Jericho?
Well, it's cold. Folk are hungry more often than not. I've little to tell you won't hear from someone else. But Ingersoll's is open, so all is well with me.
Shall we trade? I must take my leave.
And make...
No Ferdinando here.
Captain Pennington.
No time, no way out, no hope, no way in. No time at all.
Captain Pennington, sir.
Mr. MacWraith, you live.
There's work to be done.
Work? You had work. A mission. To bring one last glimmer of hope. To gladden our hearts before the pit takes us all.
You secretive bastards haven't helped.
The job is done. There's no more hope and little enough time. All that remains is the pit. Welcome to the last stand, MacWraith. Welcome to the end.
I wouldn't surrender just yet, Captain. I found Helen Priest. We brought supplies.
A waste of effort on both accounts.
Hardly. We saved a life. Resupplied, you may save more.
For the sake of what? For the sake of days, a week perhaps? You've saved no one. You've prolonged the terror. The dead will come. Our throats will feel their bony fingers soon enough. The end is inevitable.
It is if you will not act. You're the officer, take command. Surely you can't intend to do nothing.
You sound like Priest. She has changed. Her return to Fort Jericho has made her impulsive, irrational, quarrelsome. I believe she did not fully grieve her husband's loss. Returning to the scene has, it seems, reopened the wound. It festers. She'll join the lieutenant soon enough. When our defences crumble at the last, the pit shall take us all.
As the commanding officer, you must know all the local lumps and bumps.
The lumps and bumps can smooth themselves. I have other priorities.
Tell me more about yourself and your career.
I did my duty and had the fortune to return alive. That's all. We who are intimate with war tell no tales.
I thought that too. I was wrong. Silence allowed my ghosts to prosper. 'Tis good to tell our stories.
If ever I do tell, I'll not be telling you, son.
Why did you come to New Eden, Captain? Why here?
Far from the many wars we fight, you mean? I'd shot enough Frenchmen and more than enough Indians.
Did no one come with you?
Keep to your business, son, not mine.
It's just, there's a portrait hanging on the wall. A family.
I had a wife and daughter once. I'll not entertain you with their story.
Fair to say your tactical retreat from New Eden town has not served you.
The town was doomed to fall to the curse. We disagreed on everything. There was nothing left to do but leave. We did not know there'd be no escape. No Smith gathered the board and the governor let the affair flock to him. We never agreed on anything in the first place.
The new smiths are holed up in the woods, planning soon to leave for Boston.
Pah. They may leave for Boston, but the curse will follow. The curse will follow until their backs are against the wall.
I came across the governor and his flock. They're in the harrows. The fields are in a pitiful state.
As is the rest of New Eden. Death hangs upon the wind and courses through the waters.
How do things stand, Captain, as you see them?
Little has changed. The dead flood from the mines. We shoot them down and gain respite. Soon, the onslaught begins anew. The clock of our extinction ticks on towards the hour. We may no more defeat the dead than we may vanquish the ocean waves.
Folk have little enough hope, and you're leading them further into the darkness.
I've heard the whispers, the murmurs, the plotting from the shadows. We hold till the last. We resist, till retribution rises from the pit and drags us all to hell.
Well, that's something worth waiting for.
I fail to see the appeal of this slow agony.
How unfortunate. Because thanks to you, and the time you bought us, the agony will be all the slower.
Permission to take my leave, Captain.
And if I refuse it?
Are you trying to recruit me, Captain? Do you really think I'd take the King's shilling?
If I were to offer enough shillings, I'm sure of it. I need no new lieutenants. But if you wish, you may stay. This key unlocks the unused watchtower. You'll bill it while you're here.
On the one hand, a captain beaten by the world. On the other, His rival, haunted and mutinous.
In a fort besieged by vengeful specters.
Behind all the shit, there's something else. Something darker. Could be worse. Could be underground.
Banishers, may I have a word?
Helen, something wrong?
Apologies for disturbing your rest. I'm afraid it can't wait. What did you think of the captain?
I saw an officer alone. A proud man turned to stone, perhaps by years of war. I saw a broken man.
I did not see the tyrant you described.
Inaction is tyranny. He will not act, but nor will he get the hell out of the way.
I do not disagree, but the captain needs help.
I too was a soldier, broken and haunted. With Antea's help, I recovered. Pennington may need the same.
Leave Pennington to me. The good folk of the fort need your help. You are Banishers. The dead, you'll have noticed, hammer at the gates. I would like you to go into the mines and find out what enrages them so. I would like you to do what the captain will not.
And while we deal with the hordes of angry specters, what shall you be doing?
When the mines are purged, I'll oust Pennington.
Much goes on around here, and you seem to know, but
I try, and I could do something about it if the captain was out of the way.
What brought you to New Eden?
I came with Sebastian, willingly, mind you. My father was a soldier. I knew there'd be travel. Sebastian courted me for 3 years. I swore when we married I'd follow him to the end of the earth. And here we are.
how's morale about the fort?
The fort has known better days. Not many, mind. It's always been miserable. Folk deserve better. They fought so hard and lost so much. The captain must show them a future.
How goes it with Sebastian?
I'm not sure. I had never let go of my grief. I was bereft, empty. His absence gave me substance. I clung to it. Useless, really. My husband died in the dark, with nothing but my handkerchief to soothe his last moments. And now, he's back. If each worthwhile thing in life is to be lived, and then when it is gone, to be grieved, then what now? I have to believe our love is enough.
Love or no, as long as Sebastian haunts you, you will never be safe. You must accept this.
Sebastian haunts me, you haunt Red. What's of safety when we can love a little longer?
Perhaps. The meaning of our meeting is ours to define. Then time moves on.
Yes, 'tis a blessing and a curse. Yet against all reason, we persist. Let us make the most of time remaining.
Is it your belief that Pennington's quarantine lies at the heart of the problem here? That this is why the dead rage so?
What else? He walled them in. Miners, nurses, soldiers, the healthy or the sick, he buried them all. And then he lied about it. I'll brook his callous cowardice no more.
Where do we go?
There is a second tunnel into the mines. The entryway was walled shut during the quarantine. Getting there will not be easy, but the barricade should fall without too much difficulty. After that, who knows?
Underground again. Wonderful.
If it soothes you, I too am taking a significant risk. The captain has a penchant for locking people up and leaving them to rot. Some years ago in New Eden town, the captain locked up an innocent woman. A fate I wish to avoid.
Pennington the jailer. Do you speak of Deborah? What did he do?
I was away from New Eden town at the time. Rumours said she was a witch, I later heard. And so too did the captain. The court agreed. Who knows what urges drove the captain then? He is a secretive man, and always has been.
We should go.
Then it's agreed. When you're ready, you'll investigate the mines. Take the hoist to the waterfall, near the outpost you first found me. From there, it is not far to the tunnel. Keep your wits and all your luck about you.
An innocent woman jailed.
Captain doesn't strike me as a petty tyrant.
Helen is right. The truth lies down there, somewhere. I suspect Deborah is at it again.
A store. Ferdinando's? Closed. Are we in the right place?
Try next door.
Anyone home? No one.
Papers in Miller's name. We're in the right place.
Keep looking. What is this?
A sanza. It's a musical instrument. It's Bantu, from southern Africa.
He's making protective amulets.
He's making useless trinkets.
And he works hard to keep it away.
What is he afraid of? What don't we know? Let's search the store.
Vardy reads English extensively.
Well, nobody's perfect.
He's organized.
Disorganized traders lose money. Spectral traces around his bed. Rebecca, I presume.
This may explain the wreath.
Surprisingly high quality wares.
Can't be many left in New Eden with the means to buy. He's doing surprisingly well for himself.
Where did he get the inventory?
Rebecca's will. She was rich. She left him the lot.
That's where he got the inventory.
No, the list matches his sales record.
Touch my money and I'll drop you. What are you doing here? Thieving, no doubt.
I'm no thief, Mr. Miller. I'm the Banisher. I brought Helen Priest back to the fort.
A banisher? Thieves lie. How do you know my name?
'Tis my business to know. Red McCraith.
If you are a banisher of ghosts, I have business for you. I'll pay.
I spoke to Rebecca. 'Tis she who haunts you. She sent me to find you. She worries for you. Says she loves you.
The English have a word for that. Hogshite.
Was she lying? You inherited her estate.
Whichever. It matters not. You're a banisher. It is your job to get rid of her. Can you not just do your work?
Easy, Mr. Miller. Now, I'll need to examine Rebecca's belongings.
I sold them. All of them.
You did? To who?
I don't know. People. I wrote it down. In the register. Read it, if you wish.
2 recent sales to the blacksmith and to Ingersoll's store.
A storekeeper hears much. What do you hear, Mr. Miller?
I'm a busy man. If you've a question to ask, then ask it.
What can you tell me about Captain Pennington?
He has no problem with me. I have no problem with him. He respected Rebecca's wishes. He gave me what was mine. My freedom. Her estate. He saw me as a man and signed the papers to say so. And when them who saw different complained, he laid down the law.
What think you of Helen Priest?
I don't think of Helen Priest. I stay out of her way. I hope she'll stay out of mine.
How are things in the fort, by your estimation?
Look around you. Things are desperate. Have you heard the sound of their bodies crashing against the wood? I am a man of courage. I have endured much. But this, it undoes me. I don't know what you people have done to this country, but there's little hope and no way out.
Stuff looks good. Let's trade.
Now, my friend, we are conversing.
You've put quite the effort into protecting your home, haven't you?
You poked about my house without my say-so.
I know my business. So out of generosity, here's the truth. None of it works. Not the wreath, not the amulet. None of it works. Pretty, though.
His brooch is working.
It works. She hasn't come back. I can sleep now.
The visits in your sleep.
Yes, the visits in my sleep. I hear her calling, whispering my name. I wait to find her at my bedside. Our eyes meet. She stares. She won't leave me alone. She's an Akishi, a demon. Banish her. I'll pay you.
I need a job. I accept. Farewell to you, Mr. Miller, sir.
You know where to find me. If you're buying, I'm selling.
Ingersoll store and the blacksmith. Noted.
He'd sold it all. Everything she'd owned. And fast.
Why the hurry?
If we track her things down, perhaps they'll tell us.
A note?
Let's see.
Ferdinando was a slave. She was his owner.
She kept that quiet, as if it were of no consequence. We know where to go. The barrack room.
I mean, as wolf pelts go, it's pretty, but I've more than enough of them. Folk in Boston are not short of wolf pelt. What do I do with this?
You're a merchant.
I'd sell sunshine to the Spanish, but that is not the problem. We've more than enough wool. Bring me a bear. Oh.
A bear?
I could get 40... No, 20 pieces of age for a bear pelt.
Have you found the old entrance to the mines?
We're working.
Good. Take...
A ghost left a fragment of their past here. The quill resonates. An echo, perhaps.
I only recognize my name in the list.
Distant family, but I can't disinherit them.
I would never ask you that. To have met you is already more than I ever expected. If I was to lose you, God forbids, I'd cherish all that reminds me of you.
If you were to lose me, all that I own would now be yours.
He claimed not to love her. Why lie?
Maybe he did once, and now he doesn't.
Let's see what he has to say about it.
Banisher?
Folk talk about you. About your past.
I know what they say. They say I am a murderer. They are wrong. As she lay dying, Rebecca Hardgrave gave me my freedom. Before that, I was her slave.
How very romantic.
If it weren't for the captain, the good people of New Eden would have let me die too.
Rebecca was in love with you. The feeling was not mutual. True?
I was her pet. A dog nuzzling its master, hoping she might loosen its leash. She loved me, she said. I allowed her to think I loved her back. I sat up and begged and let her pet me. I was a very good boy.
You gulled her, then took advantage.
To a slave, a crumb of freedom tastes like a loaf. You'd have done no different. And I'd do the same again. Enough chitter-chatter. Perhaps you should get back to work. What am I paying you for?
I'm a banisher, Mr. Miller, not a rat catcher. Ghosts were human. They're emotional, full of hopes and fears about the past and the future too. To find out what ties the ghost to the living and end the haunting, I must know the story. You want me to finish the job? Then the story must be told. The ghost must manifest.
I do not like this idea. This idea can shit itself 6 times by sundown.
Come on, break the brooch, and let's get it over with.
No choice remains. Let it be done. And I'll be done with it!
You're here at last!
Step no closer!
I don't understand. Are you not glad to see me?
Now, Banisher! End this!
Not now. You need to hear the truth, both of you. That reminds me. Rebecca, you omitted to tell us that Ferdinando was your slave. That you owned him.
I loved him.
I was a slave! I was not free to leave. What kind of love is that?
What are you saying? We loved each other.
Love? No. I told my master what she wanted to hear. I gulled her with a lie. I thought you a fool. But no, you believed me because you wanted to. Yet you didn't believe me, did you? Not entirely. That's why you never freed me.
I loved you, and you loved me. It was but a piece of paper. A piece of paper and a guarantee. I needed a guarantee.
You don't know what love is. You know only fear. You feared being undesired, being unnoticed, being alone.
True love requires you to let go.
Time to give this love story an ending.
Rebecca Hardgrave, your love for Fardy Miller is sincere but unwanted. You're hurting him. Let him go.
Is it wrong to wish to spend your life with the man you love?
You did spend your life with him. Now your life is over.
He was mine. I wanted to keep him. Was I wrong?
You don't own him. You can't own him.
Let go. Find peace.
Peace? She gets peace? After all she did?
I get peace, but you get your freedom. I was wrong. I'm sorry, Fardy. For everything.
You have been here.
She deserves no peace. She put me through hell. You don't care, Banisher. Just one more mad master in a madder world. What do you want?
You'll forgive me for this, but being a merchant here in New Eden seems a difficult calling.
I can't decide if you keep asking me that because you're judging me, or because you're judging New Eden. I suggest you judge New Eden. I have goods. I have money. Land too, though it's worthless now. I work hard. Why wouldn't I trade? The captain has no problem with it, and neither should you.
Farewell to you, Mr. Miller, sir.
Don't hurry back.